I'm Emily at the Finney County Public Library, and I am here because I would like to take you on a tour around the library. Come on. Okay, so when you walk in, it's a little bit different now than it is on a normal basis. We have a special check-in process over here. So you'd actually come in the other door and we would check in, and we have some gift grab-and-go craft bags and stuff. So that's for right now while everything is still crazy. But on a normal basis, this is what our entry would look like without the table and the things. These are our meeting rooms. So anytime that we would have a special event or activities or anything like that, most of our programming would be held in these rooms. So when we get back to normal, you want to come to a story time or a team event or something like that, these are where those events will normally be held. Back here we have, because these are always important to know where they are, right here are our bathrooms. These are always where you can find them. And let's go into the main part of the library. Right now, we do ask that when you come into the library that you wear a mask. We are closed while I'm filming this video, so our staff isn't wearing a mask at the moment so that you can better hear us and things like that. So when you come into the library, we will be wearing masks. We will be wearing masks, and we ask you to wear a mask as well. Okay? Okay. So over here we have our new items. So we have movies. I think this one looks fun. It's a Merry Christmas Llama Llama. Are you guys ready for Christmas already? Oh no. And then we have some fiction and non-fiction. And then we have juvenile fiction and then young adult fiction. So depending on how old you are, some of these might be what interests you. We do have some books. Some of these are in Spanish, but we do have books that talk to you and read to you. So you push the little play button or the on button and then play, and then it will read what is on the pages to you. We have some in both English and Spanish. We have biographies. We have some, I'll let you get a look at those. We have easy readers, beginning chapters, and then picture books. So depending on how old you are and what you like to read, these are the new stuff. So the brand new stuff, we have stuff, at the moment it's August, so we have stuff from August out and ready for us to read. There are audiobooks if you like to listen to longer stories, and some nonfiction. Over here we do have our Kansas room. So this is the room where we have all of the books about Kansas. We have a lot of nonfiction books that explain things about Kansas, whether that be the plants and animals, the history, or the, there's some interesting books over here about true tales of old-time Kansas, so that's kind of more of the history side. And then there are some more reference books, so this is either closer to Finney County, Garden City area, or more legal books of the laws in Kansas. We do have some Kansas fiction, so these are all books that are either written by Kansas authors or they are set in Kansas, so they get to, you know, in our Kansas room. They are a lot of fun. We do have our friend Liam the llama hanging out in here. He's always our favorite friend. And then we do have a silent study room. our study room. So if you come in here and you need a little bit more quiet than just the general area of the library, this is the room that we have open for you to come and study in. Okay, so that's all our new stuff. This is our circulation desk. Miss Becky is working the circulation desk this morning. This is where you will go to figure out any problems. If you have any questions, you can ask them at the circulation desk. It is also where you check out most of your books. We also have a self-checkout option. If you have your card with you, you click checkout, you scan your card, and then you scan your books. And then you don't have to take them to the front desk to check them out. You can check them out yourself. We do have a card catalog right here where you can look up books yourself. So if you wanted to look up, let's look up Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So I typed in Charlie and it brought it up. So click on it, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and search. If it will load for me this morning. And it will bring up where it is in our collection, if it loads. Okay, so here we have a movie, and it says that we have two. So I click on availability, and it shows us where it is. So it's in the DVD, on the DVD rack, and it's under Family and Char, which is the first 4 letters of the title. So it's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So that's how you can look up books, movies, anything like that. But I think you guys would like movies, won't you? Over here is where movies start. We have all kinds of movies. So like if you like, where is it? If you like superhero movies, we have like Iron Man. If you like kids movies that are kind of fun and silly, we have Despicable Me. This one's 2. And then we have fun movies like Harry Potter. We have a lot of movies in our collection, and they are so fun to check out. And we also have some video games. We have movies in foreign languages or world languages, but then we also have video games that you can check out and take home to play. We were working on going through those ones. We have all kinds of movies, so these are fun to come and look at. If you have a special birthday or party or celebration coming up, or if you like to make cakes or cupcakes or anything really, or if your mom, dad, or grandma or family, anyone in your family does, we have fun cake pans. So like this one is a teddy bear. So you can check out the cake pan, make your fun shaped cake in it, and then bring the cake pan back. It checks out just like a movie does, just like a book does, and they are so fun. So that one was a teddy bear. There's some Christmas trees. There are some sports in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. There's a football. We have a lot of fun baking sheets. Okay, so to kind of look at what we have book-wise, or to keep showing you where everything is, I showed you kind of the audiobooks earlier. We have a lot more audiobooks than just what's on the new shelf. We have all of these audiobooks. So these are books that you can check out to listen to. Most of these ones are adult fiction, so some of them might be a little too long or big for you, but we do have children and YA audiobooks over here as well. So we have a lot of fun stories to listen to. And then further down on this shelf, for those of you who were here before and really liked them, I want you to know we moved them. All of our graphic novels, so looks like this, or that have this sticker, that kind of work like this, kind of like a comic book, called graphic novels. We moved them all. They are all over here, whether you liked the juvenile graphic novels or the YA graphic novels or the bigger graphic novels, usually more for adults. They are all together right here. This is where you can find our graphic novels. We do have newspapers and magazines in this container. We normally have them put a little bit differently, but right now this is where they all are. And then, so you can look up which ones you want. And then they are under the shelf. So if you wanted some National Geographic information, that magazine is under the shelf. Okay, so further on these shelves are our world languages. So we have some Spanish, we have some German or Dutch, some Burmese, Arabic. I think that's all we have in this collection. So if you are either learning these languages, or you already speak these languages, or if you know someone who does speak these languages, we do have books that you can check out in these languages. We've tried to grow the collection over the last couple of years, and so it is getting bigger, it is getting better, and we have plenty of shelf space now that we've moved things around, so we have room for even more. We are looking forward to getting some more of that stuff. If you have any recommendations for books that you would like, we do have, when you come in, you can fill out a request form. So if there's something you like, I really wish you guys had this so that I could check it out. You can make a request and we can try to add that to our collection. Okay, for those of you who are really interested in nonfiction, we have a pretty big still, even though it was just tweeted, nonfiction section. This is, once again, the adult nonfiction, so it might be too complicated for some of you, but that's okay. When you are ready for it, we just want you to know where it is. And there are some really interesting things here. There are cookbooks, there are craft ideas, there's stuff about history, if you like history and science. Nonfiction is a really fun place to just kind of look around and see what's there. We do have biographies at the end of the nonfiction section. So it's down halfway through this aisle, and then it wraps around the end. And then comes one of my favorite places. Are you guys ready? This is our Nature Explore Center, and it is so fun. It's a little cloudy today, so it's not as bright and sunshiny, because I really like it when it's really pretty, but it is a fun place to be. You guys ready? This is kind of our outdoor play area. So we have a little table with some benches that you can sit at, a bunch of pretty plants, and we have a little river. We have some water fun things, and our river is probably one of our favorites, but we love them both, really. Water just flows through. We don't at the moment, but we usually have toys out so that you can float them down the river. We can't have little extra toys out right now because of all the craziness right now. but that is one of our favorite things to do. This is kind of our tree house. You can come, just kind of play with your imagination in here. It's a lot of fun. We have had, this is kind of where we like to do, if we do outdoor story time, this is kind of where we like to do our snacks, kind of like a picnic. And then we have some tree cookies. They're just blocks, wooden blocks that you can make things out of. So these are fun to play with. Make towers and houses and things like that. We do have a couple of free, let me show you these ones. We do have some free little libraries out here. These free little libraries, this one doesn't have anything in it at the moment. We need to restock it. We'll plan on doing that later. But these free little libraries have books that you can read outside, or you can take them home and you don't have to bring them back. The free little libraries are something that not everybody can have their books. So we try to make sure everybody can have a book. You can't take them home. And so we usually try to keep a couple of fun books in here that you can either read in here or you can take home with you, and you can always bring some books back to the library. You can either donate them to the library and we add them to our little library books, or you can secretly drop maybe one or two off in there for us. We do have a little bridge. And then some fun logs to play with. So this is a really fun area to just kind of play around in. And it's super quiet usually. It is so fun to play out. We do have some music things over here. And then, so we have our music things over there. But then we also have another water thing. So let me show you the water thing. Are you ready? Okay, so here is our water wall. There's water that comes down this middle one and it collects down at the bottom. And then you get to paint with it. You get to just kind of play with the water. I always love to put my handprints. But you can write things. Here's my kind of high. You can draw things. Hearts are fun to do on here. We usually like to have paintbrushes out here with this, but we can't have paintbrushes out here at the moment. So this is our Nature Explore Center. Let's go back inside and then I'll show you more of the area. You ready? Okay. Here we go. So to explain, this is our adult fiction section. So this row is mysteries, and it's over here too. These are all of our mysteries down these two sides. For We have large print books, which has bigger words for those who might have trouble seeing. We have quite a big selection of large print fiction. And then for those who like some more adventure, we have some Western books all along this wall. And then all of the other books on this side of me, these are all fiction books for adults. There's a lot you can find in here. Okay. Now we are reaching our juvenile area or teen area. We talk about it as both. We have computers for patron use. So these are more for, I believe, 9 to 16-year-olds. 17 and up will use those computers that we passed earlier. You can use these for homework or when you come to the library or anything. At the moment, the library is open by appointment only, and you only get an hour in the library. So it doesn't really work at the moment to play a lot of games on these computers, but you can make an appointment to come use the computers. So that is where these are. We do have another card catalog in this area, but the rest of the book, or for the books, all along this wall are our biographies. So these are both the YA or young adult biographies and the J or JF biographies, which is juvenile biographies. Not JF, just J, juvenile biographies. We do have a selection of world languages in our teen area. It has some Spanish, it has some Burmese and some Vietnamese. I thought there was some Somalian too. Oh, there it is, Arabic. So we've tried to grow this collection a little bit too, but it is taking a little bit longer. Okay, so now we are into the fun fiction part. Over here is the young adult fiction. So this is where you can find things like Percy Jackson. For those who like it, there is some Tamar Pierce. There's another popular series in here that I can't think of the name at the moment. I don't know. It's fun to look around. It really is. And it does start on this side and then it wraps around. That was a change that we made just a few weeks ago. But then on this side and on the other shelf is our nonfiction, juvenile nonfiction. So the young adult nonfiction was on that first one, the very first side, and then these are our juvenile nonfiction. And then we get to our juvenile fiction. And the juvenile fiction is where you can find things like our Harry Potter series. Where we are. No, it's still on the other side. These got moved around too, and I don't know where things are right away anymore. So over here is where you can find our Harry Potter series and things like the Horse Diaries and Diary of a Wimpy Kid and the Cow Dog, if that's what you like. And the I Survived series is also popular. That's a favorite. We have a lot of fun books in these two areas, or in this area, the juvenile fiction section and then the young adult fiction section. These are really awesome areas. So you should come check them out. They are so much fun. And then we're gonna go into this room over here. So Before we get to that, for those of you who have been to the library before, like in the last year and a half or so, you will know that we have a beam projector. It is not on at the moment because of social distancing. We can't really turn it on at the moment. We can't have too many people close in one spot. But when we get back to normal, we are really excited to be able to turn it back on. It projects a game onto the floor, and then you can play with some friends or family and kind of just dance around and do whatever the game says, and this is a lot of fun. So we are sad that it's off at the moment, but we are excited for when we will be able to turn it back on. And now we are in Dorothy's room. This is one of my other favorite areas that looks a little bit different than if you had been in here before. We are moving books all over the place. So we have beginning chapter books here. So if you like books, let me see, where's the, oh, so like if you like the My Weird School books, or if you like the Magic Treehouse books, or Ginny B. Jones, or Geronimo Stilton is also a favorite. That's where you can find these books. They are all over here. We do like to keep some books to catch your attention up on top. And if you ever come into the library and are looking at books, you're like, oh, this one looks interesting. You take it off the shelf, then it's not as interesting as you thought it was going to be, or it's not what you actually want to take home. That's okay. You can just leave it on top of the shelf, or if you do it with the bigger books, that's okay. Just leave it on top of the other books on that shelf, and we'll be able to put those away for you, okay? So for, depending on how old you are, we do have easy readers in here as well. So these are when you're just learning to read. So if you are just learning to read, or if you have a friend or a sister or a brother or a cousin, or just someone you know who's just learning to read, that's where you can find those books. And then these are picture books. So these are the fun books, like Pete the Cat, or let me see if I can find it. Oh, do you guys like bears? Or, oh, here's one about a monkey. Do you like monkeys? I like monkeys. So there's like a well, we don't have brown bear, but we have baby bear. What do you see? So that's where you can find the fun books like this. Dr. Seuss is also in these shelves. He's further over that way. Over here, we have our easy reader nonfiction section. So the nonfiction, once again, is the stuff where you learn about the world. Fiction is usually more of stories, either set in our world or in a make-believe world. Nonfiction is where you can learn facts about our world. So like this one is a book about, it's a science, it's in the science category. It's about eclipses, and so it kind of teaches you all about eclipses, and this other one teaches you all about solar systems. There are some that talk about history. There are some that talk about animals. There are some that talk about holidays. Like this one is a book that talks about Kwanzaa. And so we have holidays from the world, and there's all kinds of books that are very good information. We did move our board books. That is these over here. So these are usually the books that that babies like to play with, because they're thicker and chunkier. They can't tear the pages as much. So that's where we keep these. So if you have a friend or a little brother or a baby in your family or something like that, that's where you can find those books. And so this is where you will find our world languages, so like Spanish and Vietnamese. We have some Somalian in here, I believe. This is where these books will be. They're all in here. I believe all of these are fiction. We do have a small amount of nonfiction over there with the easy readers. We do have some computers in here. There are adult computers for parents or caregivers who come in with their child so that the child could play. We don't have any toys out right now. So that they can work on the computer while their child is playing. But we do have some kids' computers. We have some odd computers that have games already on them. They're all educational and all a lot of fun. And we do have some children's computers for those who are 8 and under. So the 9 and up, I believe, are the computers out there. For those who are 8 and under are the kids' computers in here. Well, okay, everyone. Thank you. I think we went over everything. So thank you for joining me for this tour of the library. I hope you enjoyed it. We are looking forward to seeing you soon and hope you have a wonderful day.